Maya were keen astronomers and had mapped out the phases of celestial objects, especially the moon and Venus. Many temples have doorways and other features aligning to celestial events. That just backed up what you said about how they could look up in the skies and know certain events were coming. Round tables often dedicated to Kukulkan, and perhaps those most often described as observatories by modern...
Can I say something?
Yep.
Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl, that's supposed to be Yahweh Shai. Because Yahweh Shai came to the Americas after he left the apostles, okay?
Yeah, reading on, it says, many temples have doorways and other features aligning to celestial events. Round temples, often dedicated to Kukulkan, are perhaps those most often described as observatories by modern ruined tour guides, but there is no evidence that they were so used exclusively, and temple pyramids of other shapes may well have been used for observation as well. Now, if we scroll down, we go to mathematics. This is dealing with the calendar. It says, in common with the other Mesoamerican civilizations, the Maya had measured the length of the solar year to a high degree of accuracy, far more accurately than that used in Europe as the basis of the Gregorian calendar. They did not use this figure for the length of year in their calendars. However, their calendars, or the calendars they used, were crude, being based on a year length of exactly 365 days, which means that the calendar falls out of step with the seasons by 1 day every 4 years. By comparison, the Julian calendar used in Europe from Roman times until about 16th century accumulated an era of only 1 day every 128 years. That's pretty much it on that.
Yeah, so it's telling you that Esau knows that Issachar, they were heavy into dealing with the calendar, which a calendar has months. The word months goes back to moon. So they were able to look into the heavens and see actual prophecy in the making. All right? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing I had written down. It's under religion on the same Maya page. It says the Maya underworld is reached through caves and ball courts. It was thought to be dominated by the aged Mayan gods of death and putrefaction. The sun Kinich Ahu and Izama, an aged god, dominated the Mayan idea of the sky. Another aged god, God El, was one of the major deities of the underworld. The night sky was considered a window showing all supernatural doings. The Maya configured constellations of gods and places saw the unfolding of narratives in their seasonal movements and believed that the intersection of all possible worlds was in the night sky.
So that's right. Well, calculus, that there's a movie called, I believe it's called Stand and Deliver with Edwin James Olmos. And it was based upon a true story of these Mexican kids in L.A. that he taught them calculus, and they couldn't get it at first because it was advanced math. And he said, come on, that says. He said, this is in your blood. The Aztecs and the Mayans, man. They used to do this, man. And then he said, don't you know that his people, the Mayans, they understood the concept of a negative number. All right? He said Esau didn't even understand what a negative number is. Like you got -5. -5 plus 2 would be -3. If you understand positive numbers and negative numbers. All right? So that goes right back to the scriptures. Okay? You got anything else? Because I want to bring this clip out. Go ahead.
John chapter 10, verse 16. And other sheep I have which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice. And there shall be one fold and one shepherd.
Now that's talking about the Lord was telling them that he's going to go, he's going to leave them, and he's going to go to the other side of the world. That's what the Mormons preach about. That how the Messiah came on this side of the world to the Americas and spoke to the Gadites and the Issacharites and the other tribes. And he told them that he was going to come back. All right? So the Mormons know that much. Now I want to go to this clip right here. And this is what Esau has to say about the whole Mayan calendar and so forth, 2012.
'21 is the day, December 21st, 2012. Can you imagine going out perhaps early in the morning on that date, looking up and seeing a large, fiery, tumbling thing headed straight at Earth? Can you imagine that? We'll ask why the Mayans picked that particular date in a moment. I've always baited myself about the end of the Mayan calendar, figuring a couple of Mayans were sitting around. One said to the other, I've had it with this calendar crap, that's it. And that's when they stopped. They just got sick of making calendars. I don't know. But here we have a date, 21 December 2012, which could be the end of all, perhaps. Why that date? On what do you believe they might have based that? I'm going to ask how the Mayans might have known to pick that specific date, 21 December 2012. How did they know? We'll be right back. You believe all this is a recurring cycle of destruction, yes?
I think we have to be open to the possibility that it's a recurring cycle of destruction, because that's precisely what the ancient myths say, that there is some dark danger that visits the earth periodically over long periods of history. It may go away for thousands and thousands of years. It may be completely forgotten. It may be something that people never ever think about. But then, like a grim avenger, it comes back. It returns.